everybody, what's up? This is eytsh again with another Command & Conquer Kent Wrath video commentary and the very classic battle Nord versus GDI on Tournament Rift. I'm playing versus my opponent beno12321. So here we go, everything very classic. In this game I will try to go for tech quite early because I realized this might be one of my major mistakes in the past. So this is what I was trying to do. He's sending out some scouts to the center straight into my base. As you can see, my squads are a little bit ahead of his. So I should be able to secure the south. This is another nice thing to do. Watch what this engineer is doing. Placing a booby trap, not very common, not very often seen. Just costs 100 credits, so it's a nice thing to do. First spike is secured, engineer is going down. For the second one, you do know this opener from me by now. I'm not really sure what happened here, because now he absolutely passed me by, and perhaps there was a fight in the center that we missed. What's going on here? I was trying to fight the squad coming in here, so he may not dig a foxhole, but it did not work out. Power is down, powering down the whole thing and getting the shots off, but not killing him completely. Crap. Selling it off, sending him there, but this is a never-ending odyssey. It did not work out at all. Now he has a foxhole, just a single guy shooting out here, but I cannot kill him anymore. So this really didn't work out. Same thing here. I was trying to get into the structure, but those two guys, they defeated me at the end. Not really good map awareness here by me, but at least this engineer comes in here. He's uncontested, he can take the spike. So what's going on here? Still the same thing. Now a buggy scout goes into his base just to see what he's up to. He's on 3 harvesters and 2 refineries right now. So he's ahead of me, and there's still a squad chilling in my base. You can see I'm trying to go for crush my harvesters, but he's going in circles, taking way too long, dragging him off the harvesting process, which is not cool because it costs a lot of money. But now 3 harvesters, just as my opponent, who is going for a pitbull now. This might be a pitbull scout, but I'm aware of that, I think. I cannot show you my radar right now because I don't have power. And I think I produced a Scorpion tank and sent it to him to just go for a straight attack. But he reversed for whatever reason, so this Scorpion is driving into the dark. I'm going for an expansion as well. He is a little bit ahead of me in time. He's doing the very same thing, but he arrived already at his destination. The Scorpion is just going in, shooting at the Pitbull. The Pitbull is reversing right away, so I scared him off and he did not go for a proper scout. Let's check the radar, his vision and mine.
It is time for a harvest.
His vision, here we go. He has vision on his part of the map, but not really vision on my base. Right now he went for a scan, so he has vision on my map. He didn't see me expanding, but he should be able to tell from the missing MCV. What's about my vision? I do not have a proper scout on his base as well. I mean, okay, the buggy just came back, but I need to make sure to send something back there, and the buggy indeed is coming, just having a brief look at his base. So back for the overview of the whole map. Really not much going on. I'm going for some bikes right now. On the other side he's going for pit bulls, and as you can see, my buggy is coming in, reversing right away because I didn't want it to be shot down by those pit bulls. I'm on 2 spikes, he's on 1 spike, but in terms of economy, just in terms of harvesters, I think he's ahead. 5 harvesters, 2 refineries up here, down here, just the first refinery coming up right now, which I have as well. But I am just on 1, 2, yeah, I'm on 5 harvesters up here as well. So right now we are equal in terms of harvesting, but I have 1 spike more. Those 5 bikes now heading to the north, trying to make my standard route over here to the opponent just to attack from behind, just from here, and take down the harvesters. But they are a lot of pit bulls, and they are doing the very same thing, taking the northern route. So it looks like those forces are about to clash into each other. Radar jamming missile goes off, so indeed I'm trying to attack. And here we go, definitely decoy army clashing into the pit bulls. attacking him. Oh, he is instantly reversing, so I'm doing the very same thing. He doesn't want to go in, I don't go in. 3 bikes, they survive and go back for base, and he is coming in with a nicely sized army of pit bulls. So what do I have? I have 4 Scorpion tanks instantly going to the north, cutting them off, telling him, nobody, you don't pass by. It's always good to focus fire. I hope I go for this last pit bull. Nah, I don't. I let them go away, retreating the Scorpions to base. But as you can see right now, I already arrived at tier 3. As I told you in the beginning, this is not a really fast tech game, but I wanted to go to tier 3 and really play a tier 3 game, because usually I play on tier 1. You know, I do like my laser capacitors, I do like my upgraded Scorpions, I do like my upgraded buggies, but no, I think I need to move on a bit. And here, this is what happens if you don't go for a proper scout. 4 orcas just diminishing my forces of Scorpions. I didn't see it in time. I'm trying to chase them a bit with my bikes, but this really does not work out. They get intercepted by a huge force of pit bulls and they get shot down. So now I have to defend off versus this attack. I'm not sure if he decides to go into my base straight away, but if he does, and it looks like it, I will have some issues defending that. But no, he returns and I'm not sure what he's up to. Let's see, he's going in here. Some buggies, they get shot off. Obviously I designed them to attack the orcas, but at least this gave me an early warning. The tanks are coming right back and he gets scared away. I think this is a major mistake. If he took his force and went into my base now, he would find it completely undefended. Going for a Redeemer now? If he comes in now, and he does, he could be able to take the structure down just in time, but he decides to go for harvesters. And I retreat my harvesters, at least I try to, and the Redeemer is coming out, and this makes him go away. The first Flame Squad is here to get into the Redeemer, just make it a giant flame tank. This is the most common combination. Take a flame tank, take a Redeemer, put some Blackhand squads in there and just walk into the base. Most of the time it's good to just cloak it and try to cause as much damage as you can. Basically, my opponent, he's more present on the map. He has some orcas coming in for another strike right now. He has pit bulls, but he doesn't really utilize it. And I can tell that I do not have enough forces right now, but at least I have an epic unit up. My opponent, he's right now stuck to tier 2 and his ground forces are stuck to tier 1. So neither player has made any attempt to go for an aggressive expansion in the center, though Beno secured the green field. The blue field is completely uncontested and I'm going the opposite way, sending a few Scorpions, sending a few buggies here, just stating this is my field. And if you take a closer look, the buggies, they are completely checked up. They have those little antennas here, though this means that I have M coils as well. Just this is a nice upgrade to get if you go for buggies. If you have laser capacitors, those M coils are a good thing, especially if it comes to a fight for epic units. Just sending in another radar jamming missile, not sure if I'm going for any kind of attack, but it's simply distracting. And this force is big enough to just cause huge amounts of damage, and I really do not know why he doesn't do it. He even has some Shadowers standing here, and he could simply roll into this base and just, yeah, take me down, but he doesn't. So I have a sweet time just going to the center, securing it, taking down this Juggernaut here. Costs a lot. Okay, I only have laser capacitors, but it works. I do not go for the MCV because I would not cause enough damage. But I think I'm gonna send in some tanks. Yeah, they're coming from here, pushing back those units. The Shadowers are shooting at the tanks, but they are missing it somehow. It is possible to dodge those units quite well. Okay, this tank, it gets some damage off, but I think I'm trying to cause damage to his economy even more and attacking the spike on this side. So what's going on? His base is quite well defended, but those units, no, they don't cause the damage they have to cause. If Beno is watching this movie, and I hope he does, he will realize how close he was from taking me down if he just had the balls to roll into my base and cause the damage he could have. Okay, now the Scorpions taking down the tower, getting a little fight together with those pit bulls shooting at the buggies, which is nice. They work as a meat shield, and I diminish his force of pit bulls quite nice, and in the same time the Redeemer is making his way into this base, and the Redeemer is not cloaked yet. He must be aware of that. And the Mammoth tanks, they are simply driving away. I'm not sure why I do not use the rage generator. Here is a lot of units standing around, and I'm trying to go for a crash. No, I just shoot at the harvesters, giving it an extra little bit of alert. Yeah, this is not so cool. What's going on here? He is retreating his Mammoth tanks because he wants to intercept those Scorpions, and now the Redeemer rolls into the base and the defense is not enough. Rage Gen goes off and it infects the pit bulls, which is good. Just walking in this base, which is completely undefended now, causing big amounts of damage. The war factory is down. The refinery is down by now, and the Redeemer is just seen here, completely uncontested. And I remember that I thought about, well, what shall I do? Shall I cloak it and retreat it for repairs, or shall I stay and cause more damage? And at the end, I decided to just stay and take down this base. And as you can see here, this primary base is falling. In the meantime, I secured the blue field. Well, you cannot call this secure because I just have one obelisk of light. But his Mammoth tanks are chilling here, not coming in, transferring the harvesters to the center field. Shatterer tanks here, a few pit bulls here. No movement for Bemo. It looks like he's AFK. Because even my undefended bases down here, they are not contested at all, and in the meantime the Redeemer is cloaked, so the Orcas, they have a hard time attacking him. And I remember going for repairs or not. No, I thought, no, you don't. This area is undefended, my Redeemer is almost down, but I can cause more damage, and the Redeemer is absolutely worth it. Beno selling off his units, not his units, his structures, and I go for the last refinery on his primary expansion. And this area is vulnerable as well, so basically if it works out, he's gonna be down for just one base play in the center at least. He has a lot of Tiberium there, and in the meantime I'm on my second refinery gathering blue Tiberium, and be aware of your opponent doing that, because it brings a lot of credits, and credits, they bring a lot of units, and if you don't stop your opponent from gathering this precious blue stuff, you are in deep shit. But he doesn't, so let's see how it moves on. 4 Orcas still here, he's calling in the Bloodhounds, and where's the Redeemer? Yeah, the Redeemer is still at his primary base, walking in there right now. Could go for the crush, and I think I do get... No, not even a single harvester. I could have gotten way more here. Okay, tanks come in, rage generator goes off, and this base is going down as well. The rage generator is still affecting the units. Now they're coming out of rage. Do I get one harvester? Come on, crush, 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 crush. Yeah, I go for the crush, get a harvester, I get a tank. And now I realize, yeah, okay, my unit is going down, my cloaking doesn't work out anymore. So goodbye, Redeemer. You did a tremendous job taking down almost 2 bases. Time to sleep, bye-bye. Okay, he is retreating his units from this base to the center field, because you know, okay, this base is not as important as my last structures, which are standing here. And as you can see here, I went for stealth tanks, and I think, yeah, they do have it. They have the upgrades tip core missiles, which makes them so good. I think it's a 200% boost versus air and a 100% boost versus ground units. And we missed something. Tip vein detonation in the center. I think I got the harvesters a bit. They are in heavy damage mode, and a few units. So he's going into my base in the north. And in the meantime, I think I started working on a Redeemer, and the tech center is here. And the problem is, for naught, if your opponent takes down the tech center while constructing a Redeemer, it gets aborted. This does not count for GDI for some reason, and there is a heroic Pitbull, and he is going for the tech center. I'm not setting up the repairs for what reason ever. Most probably I'm playing somewhere else, and it's getting close. The Redeemer is about Oh, it's almost done, just 1/4 of the time left, but the tech center goes down and I do not initiate the repairs, which is a major blow. I remember I kept it, didn't sell it off, because I wanted to go for the Redeemer and it gets so close. It's just, and the Redeemer is done, but this is another thing, the Redeemer is rising. It is done, guys. Whoever had this idea, the Redeemer is there, and it's gone, because the tech center fell in the last second, so I said, ah, crap. Sell off the whole base, I don't need it. Keep the obelisk of light just to cause some more damage here. And while he is coming in with his pit bulls, bypassing my primary base, like for the 3rd or 4th or 5th time, I don't know, I still have some stealth tanks on the map somewhere. I really don't know where they are. Here is a single stealth tank just attacking the airfield, because this is his last airfield, and if his orcas deploy their rockets, they cannot recharge and they will die. They will simply fall from the sky after a certain time. And here we go. Here are the stealth tanks. One is in heavy damage mode. He cannot cloak anymore. Just taking down his second base, causing some trouble here. And again, I think he is not doing enough. One harvester is coming in here, trying to pick up the last remaining pieces of Tiberium, and even getting out of the vision of Beno. I now decide to take down his power, because this area is vulnerable, not defended at all. And stealth tanks, I really learned to love them, because your opponent doesn't really know where you are. They are quick, they can cause damage very fast. And I think I'm going for a few scorpions here. I am not sure, he could take down my base. Well, I still have 2 bases up here and down there, and the stealth tanks are on the map now, finally taking down this area. Oh, I have to retreat, I'm not, why am I going in here? There are pit bulls, and the pit bulls are scanning me. And okay, you can see that those Tipcom missiles, they are so strong. And there's a surveyor coming in. It looks like he knows his last base. He cannot move it due to the stealth tanks on the map, so he's trying to go for a surveyor. And there's this fight, stealth tanks versus pit bulls, and this one stealth tanks realizes, hey, there's a surveyor and we don't want that, and goodbye surveyor, goodbye stealth tanks. The stealth tanks are history, but they caused some damage and they prevented Beno from expanding to his primary field. So I said, okay, let's go back to the tier 1 level, because I'm checked out. Laser capacitors, scorpions are a nice thing. Right now, I'm not sure if I went for, yeah, I went for a decoy army, as you can see here. And he is coming in with his last remaining forces. His orcas, they're dropping their last bombs. I'm retreating a bit. And just driving around now in order to get those harvesters chilling up here. It's a nice size. A nice size for a Scorpion army. Going back for tier 1 this late is not very common. Usually you try to stick to your tier 3, but as you remember, I lost my tech tree due to his pitbull attack in this area right here. So he's coming in with his mammoth tanks and just passing by this area. I don't want to get too close now. And I remember I wasn't sure if my army here is enough versus those tanks, because there is a decoy army in here as well. But I thought, okay, dozer blades, laser capacitors, this should be enough. So I take down his mammoth tanks quite easily, way easier than I thought. And he's fire selling out of the game, giving this game up. Let's have a look at the stats of the game. Let me skip this to just go back. He has quite a lot of units. A GDI player, more expensive units usually should have less units, and the graph should not go up and down this extreme, because they are more expensive and they have more armor. But I think it's because he stuck to his pit bulls and he really went heavily on it. This is why the GDI curve is even higher than the not curve. You can see those jumps at 3 minutes 30 and 14 minutes approximately. This is simply because I use decoy armies. Decoy armies, they have different purposes. First of all, if you get a decoy army of your cloaked harvesters, they are a perfect scout. Nice thing, not used very often. Second thing, they are basically very good meat shields. If you have a decoy army and you go into a force that, let's say, doesn't shoot so often but very heavily, all those shots going for the decoy for duplicated units, they are wasted. Okay, structures. Of course, here you can see how his primary and secondary base fell. That must be around minute 9 up to minute 14, where his base fell. He tried, he expanded by then, got a little bit back up, and in the end it died. Resources, very interesting. You remember that I had a spike advantage, but especially at minute 6 my income drops drastically. I'm not sure why. I think I had to pull the harvesters off the line, and this might have costed all my fields depleted. I don't really remember, but you can see how extreme the eco boost is. If you go for blue chip, I easily overtake him at the end, especially because I went for some harvesters of his. And of course we lost refineries at his primary expansion. Just a brief look at the stat. This is very interesting, the unit kill and death ratio. It is normal that Nord is weaker than the other fractions because the units are so cheap and they easily die. And this is very interesting. His ratio is even worse than mine, 0.94 for a GDI player. This is a huge problem. Might have been caused by him selling off all the structures in his expansion and primary base. Then some rocket squads come out there and my Redeemer had flames in there, so that Redeemer killed a lot. Most probably this dropped his ratio. Resources gathered. I do have approximately 140,000 and he has 107,000, so 33,000 credits in favor of me. Nice game. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope to meet you on the battlefield. Please drop me some comments, and if you want to also send me your replays, I would like to comment on them. Cheers guys.